I'm the one who drafted the overall energy bill for Virginia. You have to take it in context of there is no one single bullet that's going to solve the problem. I liken it to a shotgun shell full of silver pellets, and all of them equally important and have a place in the energy mix for Virginia. I think clearly, and I think I share the majority opinion, is we want to integrate more renewable energy into our power grid, and I think all of us want to do that. And then it breaks down to, obviously there's some things to do with wood chips and those types of things, landfill methane gas and those types of things. But I think when most of us think renewable, we're thinking either wind or solar as the primary means of doing that. If you've sat in a session, these bills are popped on you. You might have one committee meeting or two committee meetings, and you have a docket of 30 bills. You might have 15, 20 minutes tops to spend on some issue with such broad ramifications. So what we do in the General Assembly, you use the word shelve. Shelve is not the right word. Study, okay? We, by nature, are a citizen legislature. We don't meet. We come up here for 6 weeks or 8 weeks a year, and then we go home, and then we all have other jobs. So how do you tackle these big issues? Well, as committee chairman, I can establish my own study groups. So these bills weren't shelved. These bills are assigned to a study group. Now, I will select the members to be on that, and being committee chairman, I can sit in on all of them and use this off time period. It's not the legislators are there, they'll ultimately make the votes and do that, but you bring the stakeholder groups together as part of the study. Who are the stakeholder groups? Obviously, those that generate the electricity, those that are on pushing renewables only groups that are part of it. Everybody gets a seat at the table. Everybody gets to understand the other party's concerns, and we try to come out with something that represents a significant step forward in integrating renewables into the overall equation, but allowing us to continue to be competitive and continue to keep our own existing economy, plus the ability to attract other things. And you have to understand that Virginia, next to California, is the largest importer of electricity now. We generate maybe 70-75% of the electricity we need in Virginia. We're relying on that grid that we talk about, and electricity being generated in Ohio and Pennsylvania and West Virginia to power Virginia. And that's an untenable position when you start trying to talk about rate controls and that type of thing. The extent that our state corporation commission can control our electric rates, they can only control those electric rates that are generated in Virginia. So we want to be able to embrace it, and we want to be able to embrace it in a manner that we can still keep our electric rates the lowest on the East Coast, which they are. Because that's an important competitive nature when you're trying to attract business into your state. We want to keep it at those rates, and we want to be able to embrace those kind of things.